Hey everybody, and welcome to our live show tonight. We're going to be talking about what books we're going to be sending off to, either CGC or CBCS. So you'll have to find out. We've got some exciting guests as per usual. Mikey, who we got on tonight?
Wow, we've got Tim Plum, Kevin, Jason, and Amanda. So we've got near enough a full roster here. So
yeah, we have, yeah, and so. If you haven't already, check out our latest giveaway. The last winner didn't claim their prize within 2 weeks, so we thought we'll do a different giveaway this time. We'll get people to try and do stuff with some of our older videos and guess which comic is our favourite ones that we've unboxed. So check that out, and you can win that slab. So should we introduce our first guest?
Yeah, why not? Let's go for it.
Who is it, Mikey? Who do you want on?
I don't know. Well, first appearance on a live show. Might as well go with Mr. Tim Plum.
Welcome, Tim.
How are you doing, gentlemen? You all right?
Yeah, good, mate. Good, very good. I just want to thank you for my X-Men 266, which I picked up after your live claim sale last week.
My pleasure, buddy. I'm glad you like it, mate. It's an awesome book. It
is, mate. Yeah. It's I've been waiting all week for it patiently, so thank you very much.
You were very patient. You were.
No, but I don't know if anyone it's first time watching for anybody, but Tim is our CBCS facilitator. So in the UK, he's pretty much our go-to guy for anything sending to CBCS. That includes obviously verified signatures and normal blue labels. So Tim, you've got a YouTube channel. Do you want to talk about what you've got?
The Hobgoblins Hideaway YouTube channel recently. We've been putting a few videos on there, trying to put a bit of content out, quite a few unboxing videos as well. We've got the Facebook group as well, Hobgoblins Hideaway. So lots going on at the moment via social media. So we're trying to expand our presence a little bit and get a bit, better known within the industry.
Yeah, mate. To be honest, that's what tonight's show is all about, really. There's a lot of things going on at the moment, particularly with CGC. So we're just about to have a discussion or debate about exactly who we're going with and why, and we'll see what happens, won't we? But have you mentioned the claim sales that you do on Facebook?
No, I haven't, buddy. Obviously, off the back of last weekend, we're running a claim sale now every month, where we're just going to literally throw up a load of cool stock, whether that's keys or whether it's miners, loads of different stuff being up for grabs. It's purely a case of, if you want it, claim it. If you want to make an offer, then, by all means, shout out at us. The videos and the lives are going really well. It's exclusive via the Hobgoblins Hideaway Facebook group. So we're trying to keep it within the group to make it exclusive and try and throw up a load of exclusive offers and discounts for the group members. So they've been going fantastic. The last one, we overran a little bit at 1:30 in the morning. Close, we were kicking people out of the pub. But yeah, it's fantastic. We love the social side of Facebook and the groups. It's why we've left the traditional web and eBay sales. So
no, mate. I've been really impressed, to be honest, haven't we, Mikey, with the claim sales?
Yeah. When's your next one, Tim?
28th of May, 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
We sent the invites out within the group. So if you want to be involved, if you're not part of the group, shame on you. But yeah, if you want to get involved, come and join the group and click on the event and you'll get notifications.
Awesome. That's great. So thanks for that, Tim. We will introduce our next guest, but it looks from the background that neither. Oh no, we've got one ready now. 1 second. We'll introduce one of our favourite YouTube couples. It's the lovely Parkers.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hang on. You hang on. Wait.
What is that?
Look, it's gone now.
Jace is trying to be like Daddy Cool.
Well, yeah. Sorry,
I
guys.
thought you were going to put out like one of those sticks from Men in Black and then like flash us.
Hey, can't do that on
Better,
YouTube.
wouldn't it?
Thank you so much for having us on.
No, mate. Thank you we really appreciate you coming on. I mean, I know it's our normal, usual hangout every Saturday night, but it's just it's always great to just chat comics with you guys.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm really looking forward to tonight's show because it's something a little bit different, isn't it? It's CGC versus CBCS. Where are we going to go? We've all heard the horror stories with CGC, and I think it'll be a good conversation as to our reasons why we're going to be staying with CGC or jumping ship. Let's find out.
Oh yeah, I thought you were going to spoil something then, mate.
Spoilers, Jay.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. What you got going on with your channel?
Do you know what? I've just had a mystery box where it was $1,390, and I didn't know what I was getting, so it was a bit of a sort of jump into the deep end, really.
Yeah.
So that I got that coming out very soon. That was Brett Critchley, the fantastic Brett Critchley. So yeah, what else we got coming up? I've got I've still got to do my Hulk 181 that I did that I got from Lobo's Hook. So
you've done that?
No, I showed it briefly to the guys, but I wanted to do a separate video on that.
Yeah, you should do that.
I've got a massive consignment waiting to come back from CGC. Still waiting though, but just have to wait and see what happens there, I guess.
Well, there's also a video in development, isn't there, for like a top trumps game between Jason and me, with Mikey doing the officiating.
Yeah. This will be an interesting one.
This will be very interesting. So it'll be Jason versus James, and we'll just be pulling out slabs, and whoever's got the highest grade of the same book will win that round.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun. That should be coming out
in the next week or two. Maybe?
Yeah, next week or two. Yeah. So yeah. So he's back. So yeah, thanks for coming on, guys. Our next guest, Mikey. Who is it?
It's our brother from over the pond, Kevin.
Hey! What's going on, everybody? How's it going?
Good, mate. Are you?
Good, man. Can't complain. As we said off camera, Tim, nice to be on a live stream with you. I already subscribed, buddy. Had no clue you had a YouTube channel, but that's squared away. So,
well, he's just gained another subscriber now. So,
but no, it's great to be hanging out with you guys on a Saturday, as always. Love hanging out with you guys. So, and I believe we have a surprise too for later.
We do. We have a surprise for the audience. Kev has recently had some special books back from CGC.
Oh!
So it's like an official unboxing. So
yeah,
be interesting to see what grades Kev's got on these special books.
Ooh.
So
I'm hoping.
I appreciate it that me and Mikey are able to steal your content, mate. So, and if it goes horribly wrong, then we can edit it and put it out.
Give me the content back.
True that.
Kev, you got I know you're doing another live show later this evening, aren't you?
Yeah, so it's Saturday. On Saturdays, I run a live stream called "What's That Comic Book?" It's a really, really fun time. I really, really enjoy this show a lot. So pretty much, I invite people from the YouTube comic community or the IG comic community to come on the show, and we just randomly pull comics from our collection for an hour, and we try to give as much information about the comic book as possible. I have learned a lot since I've been doing this show, to be honest. I think a lot of people who watch the show have learned a lot as well. But it's just a good time to nerd out, see some books, and there's been a couple of times I've seen books that I've never seen before. I'm like, wow, I didn't know that book existed. So I think that's like sort of the whole sole purpose of this book, to learn, nerd out, have fun, and see something that you've never seen before.
Yeah, I mean, from me watching those shows, I get a lot of FOMO. Like, I'm like, I've got to get it. I'm so guilty of that. To be fair, but you've got one of the people in the audience. Is it Paul Cook? Is on tonight.
Paul Cook is on tonight. We have Jason's from Slotted Up 503, and we also have Matt from Mr. Comics 89 on tonight.
Awesome.
And he is, if you're a Spider-Man fan, you definitely want to check it out because his Spider-Man collection is absolutely amazing. It's incredible.
Oh, nice.
I want to see his collection.
You should check out his channel, Mr. Comics 89. He absolutely loves Spider-Man and Superman. You can't go wrong with his channel. His collection is absolutely amazing and continues to grow every week.
Awesome. So if you haven't subscribed to any of these guys' channels, please do. We'd really appreciate it. I'm sure they would as well. Yeah, so if we get into the show, so who fancies going first about what books they're going to be submitting for grading soon? Anyone?
Well, I'm sure Jason wants to go first because he's probably got a pile of them.
It's probably going to last about 3 hours, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you mind going first, Jason?
It's true that I have piles.
Hey, I wasn't kidding when I said it. I knew it.
Yeah, like no one needs to know, Jace.
Okay, sitting on cold stones will do that to you. So, guys, I've got. How are we going to do it? So we need to do one at a time, or we're going to go through all our books and then? How do you want to do it?
How does the audience want us to do it? Do you want us to do it one at a time, or do like a bunch at a time?
It'll take forever if we go through one at a time. We'll just run through each bit.
And how many are we doing?
Well, whatever you want. Well, I've got
Tell us how to do it, audience.
Oh yeah, let us know, guys.
All together. There we go.
So I'll show you my books then. And then once I suppose you might as well show Amanda's then once.
Yeah.
The thing is, people might need a break from you talking,
I love
so we might need an intermission.
Yeah, sorry.
Tim's had enough.
Yeah.
He's gone.
I think he went to go get his books.
Yeah.
I probably should have told him that we were going to be doing this.
He's got a lorry full. That's the problem.
Just stretching.
Yes, flexing. Okay, guys. So this is the first book I'm going to be sending off. I was very lucky to get this in a Forbidden Planet grab bag, or as Amanda likes to call them, grab a bag.
I don't know why I say grab
Grab a bag.
All over your long boxes, you've written grab a bag.
I have.
It's embarrassing. I'm going to cross the A's off. Anyway, so Darth Vader, it's in pretty good nick, guys. But do you know what? With this one, where should I send it? Should I send it to CGC or should I send it to CBCS? Do you know what? I got loads of books with CGC at the moment.
Here's the thing, right? I would recommend that you send it to a place where they won't slap it backwards like they did to the Dorkeries.
Yeah.
I've not heard of that, mate. What's happened there? You mean, are you talking about this?
Yes.
Look at that.
Wow, you had it queued up and everything. Look at James. What made you think about saving that? Like, let's save this in case somebody brings this up tonight.
I was going to talk about it. The funny thing is that Drew from the Dorkeries sent me this picture about a week ago, and I was planning on talking about it anyway. But it's, I mean, to be honest, no offense to Addy Granoff, but I actually prefer the back cover. I think that looks pretty cool, but yeah.
I think the debate on CBCS or CGC has just ended.
It's absolutely crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's kind of done it for me. I'm going to send this to CBCS. I am.
Do it.
Definitely. I'm
Mix
going
it
to send
a
these
little
up. Definitely send that to CBCS.
Do you have any CBCS, Jason?
I have a few. I do have a few, mate. Although I've only submitted one book through Tim, and that is my Marvel Spotlight 4, which is the first Darkhold, and that was because it had Plug's signature on it.
Yeah.
So I think because I've got so many books at CGC, all these books are going to go to CBCS. I'm going to do it.
Do it.
Okay.
Do it.
So this is my Amazing Spider-Man number 47. It's in pretty good condition for its age. I don't think it's a massive key book or anything. It's obviously a Craven appearance, but I don't think it's a particularly. But I love you can't go wrong with Spidey slabs. Anything pre-100s really, or even pre-50. I think you're onto a winner.
I think it would be amazing if CGC or CBCS did a sort of a print of his pants as a label, no, like leopard print pants, like
Yeah,
that'd be sexy, huh?
Yeah, scratch and sniff pants. That'd have been good, wouldn't it? You know, scratch the label.
Yeah.
Leopard print label.
Yeah.
Sorry
It
to
must be
interrupt
so
you,
old.
Jace, but Pete's asked a question about our giveaway. I've just dropped a hint in the chat if anyone wants to get the hint.
Oh,
I won't put it on screen, but it's in the chat.
Oh, okay, got you. Right, okay, cool. Right, so this is, look at this, guys. What I got here. Rick and Morty #1.
wow,
Yeah,
that's a big book, actually.
Yeah.
I think it is. It's not the best of copies. I got this in my Brett Critchley mystery box.
Oh, I'm not going to watch it now.
I know the point. But looking, he's got it down as a reader's copy, so he's read it, whatever. But I'm going to get it pressed and I'm going to get it sent off to CBCS. And I think, even, if they're 9.8, you're talking $1,500, something like that. It's crazy book. But I would put this down probably as an 8, maybe 7.5 or an 8. Even so, it's a great book to have. Very popular. Rick and Morty is super popular in the comic community.
Yeah.
Massive.
It's just a cult, isn't it? It's got a cult following, Rick and
Definitely. And again, the reasoning behind me going to CBCS is that I'm fed up with the mess ups all the time with CGC. I've given them plenty of opportunities. So what is it? I've got this here, guys.
Big book, that is.
And I got this one too.
Oh,
Ooh.
oh.
Isn't it funny? Here's a good example of why you should always put your stuff in Mylar.
Because look how much better that one looks.
I know.
It looks so sexy in the Mylar, doesn't it?
Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
And this is probably the better copy.
Yeah,
But-
that's what I was gonna say. Like that was probably better, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, Tomb of Dracula, massive book, guys, massive book, and people who are not buying this book right now are losing out because there's rumors that he's going to be making appearance in the Moon Knight TV series along with Werewolf by Night.
Yeah.
Ooh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Apparently, Ethan Hawke has been cast for the Moon Knight series.
Oh yeah, right. He has.
Spec is either he's going to be Midnight Man
Oh, speculation.
Was Ethan
or
Hawke in the Blade?
Dracula.
Sorry?
Was Ethan Hawke in Blade, the original?
No,
No,
that
No,
was,
Steve
Golf, was it?
I think he would play, especially the way how he's aged. He looks kind of like very salt and pepper looking. You know what I mean? With his beard, he could play a good Dracula. I think.
Yeah.
Mm.
And speaking of Werewolf by Night, I'm going to be sending this off. Does anybody know the significance of this book?
Third appearance of Moon Knight.
It's a pence copy.
It is. You're right, Kev. It's the third appearance of Moon Knight.
The third.
A pence copy.
That cover is awesome.
It's a cool cover, really cool cover. And what I would say with this is that the first and second appearances now are going through the roof, and I think people are looking to get books that are attainable.
Yep.
And I think this is the next sort of step. Really, it's in pretty good condition. It is a pence copy, but you know what? I'm going to say it, guys.
What?
This is like a 9.4, easy.
Nice.
I'm saying it now, and then when it comes back from
You'll
CBCS,
cry and we'll laugh.
it'll be like a 6.5, like my Marvel superheroes. I'll just check for any black marks on it.
Amanda.
Yeah.
Amanda. Dan from Mutant Academy Game has said that Ethan Hawke was in
Daybreaks, yeah.
Daybreakers, which is
Oh
kind of
yes,
a-
I love
that
Daybreakers.
was a vampire movie, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Mm.
he had a really cool car, didn't he? That Chrysler 300C that I used to have. Do you remember?
That big ass car.
Yeah,
It was huge.
the American car. Right now, this is another one I'm going to be sending off. It's the first appearance of Gambit. Right.
What? No.
What? I mean,
That's a
Let's
whole
start-
nother debate.
Let's start.
that's a
Let's
whole
start
new
that
debate.
battle.
Sorry, guys, it is. It's the first appearance of Gambit. The first true appearance of Gambit.
I would agree though with Jason. I really do.
I agree that 266 is the better cover.
It's the better cover. It's in Uncanny, where he kind of belongs.
Yeah.
But
And really, the comic community have already established 266 in the first appearance.
Yeah.
But I would say that. Anyway, it's going off. What does it say on CGC, the label? What does it say? Gambit's first appearance?
Cameo, is it? Is it first appearance or is it? I don't know.
On that book, it says cameo. So on 266, it says first full appearance.
Right. First full appearance, yeah. But there's a lot going on in that cover, I find.
Yeah, it's busy.
It's confusing, isn't it?
It looks like a little Lego character.
A little Lego character.
Yeah.
And my last book that I'm going to be sending off
Lego.
is this one here.
Oh, wow.
This was my bargain, wasn't it, James?
It was, mate, yeah. Absolute bargain.
That book is popping.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's Mylar again, isn't it? But it's beautiful. Was this £140?
Oh, yeah, I had in my head 130, but yeah.
Yeah.
Absolute bargain.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. That's probably
140.
Why are you whispering?
Don't know.
You spent over £1,000 on a mystery box.
I know.
Jace, I think that might be the most expensive mystery box I've ever heard of.
Yeah, I know. It was a risk. And when you see the video, did it pay off or not? I don't know. We'll have to have a look. Keep the suspense going.
Yeah.
That is my books, guys. And they're all going to CBCS.
That was amazing.
Oh, wow. So straight into them all to CBCS.
Yeah.
Wow.
Amanda, do you want to go next, or do you want us to come back to you? Or
Come back to her.
Come back to her.
Yeah.
Who wants to go next? Mikey, do you want to go next?
Yeah, I'll go next. You all know that I love my spec books. So first one,
the master speculator, that is Mikey.
Yeah. So ENIAC number 1, first print. So
wow.
Not the first print.
Well, I did have the second print, but then I ended up getting the first print because I just thought, wow, if they turn out to be like a long-term sort of like publisher, having the first print of the first book will be, well, yeah, it'll be iconic, wouldn't it? So that's that one. I had something from Not Quite Mint, and the next one's a Not Quite Mint exclusive. It's Proctor Valley Road number 1, which, again, I think it's been optimized for a TV show. So we'll go with that. And then I've got some really good books. So I've got First Appearance there.
Nice. I like that. Hip-hop variant.
Yeah, so the hip-hop. And the one that it's been around quite a while, that wasn't hot, then all of a sudden got hot because of a TV show announced for the sort of Asian market. So there we go. And then I've got a couple more. So, and then the next one is a biggish one, X-Men number 4 newsstand.
Wow.
So this
for full disclosure,
this was James. Yeah, this was yours, wasn't it? Yeah. So, but James managed to get a 9.8 from the Dorkeries, so he gave me his copy. So
wow.
You're gonna send that off, James. You think that's around about an 8 to an 8.5, don't you? So
yeah, it could get a 9, but and that's probably the highest it'll probably get.
Yeah, and then the next one is The Last of Us number 1. So that again, TV show has been announced. So I'm going to send that off.
Nice.
I've got a couple of others, but I just wanted to finish with this one as well because this one's really creeping up in price. The second, Something Is Killing the Children as well. With the number 1, being really hard to get hold of or expensive. The number 2. So, and I'm going to go and send these through Tim through CBCS because.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going to go with CBCS because we've had too many horror stories. It's about time that CBCS had their chance to shine, and I think this is what people are starting to do. And also with the long wait times as well with CGC, I think it's touching like 150 days on economy, which is what's that? Nearly 6 months. So, and that's a long time for some books, you know, especially when TV shows are coming out, you need them back in time so that they can either be sold on or so you can upgrade and stuff like that. So I'm going to go with CBCS this time round. So yeah,
I think
Awesome.
Mikey touched up on something that's pretty important here. Okay, he said that CBCS needs to start to shine, and I think there is going to be a time where CGC is not going to be the top tier anymore. I think CBCS is going to start catching up a little bit, and I think there could be a time where CBCS is actually going to go on top. They haven't changed everybody to make the move, but I think a lot of people right now, including me, have been eyeing them and be like, maybe I'm sort of sick of seeing the CGC mistakes, and I obviously don't want it to happen to me, and I'm not seeing these mistakes from CBCS. Maybe I might go there. Plus, there is a huge price change as well, because CGC just upped their prices to $22 a modern book, if I'm not wrong, and CBCS is $16. It's not a huge price difference, but that does make a difference if you're starting to send books in bulk.
Yeah, it's a massive difference. Yeah. If you're doing it in bulk. But that probably brings us on to you, Kev, if you don't mind showing us what you've got.
Okay, so here's the thing, all right? I'm here for fun. No. So here's the thing, all right? So today you guys are actually going to witness the first time I've ever submitted raw books to CGC, okay? The only time I've ever submitted anything to CGC was to get a reholder, or I've sent a book out to a facilitator to get a signing. But I do have books that I've always thought about sending into CGC or CBCS, and I'll get into there a little bit. So let me look for this book for a second. And I grabbed the wrong box like a dumbass.
Oh man.
Hold on. Let me go into the key box then. We'll start off with the key box.
While you're just looking through that, we had a question about how much it costs to send to CBCS. Tim, do you want to? Is that right?
Yeah. Get Tim, and I'll get the other box.
It's cool. As I normally say to most people, it's a bit of a difficult question to answer. Obviously, as you guys all know from when we've done your submissions, it purely depends on the book you're sending in. Obviously, they've got all their different tiers for their insurance covers. So without knowing specific books and specific values, it's very difficult. Myself, for a basic modern, up to $250. Obviously, of a modern comic, we're looking at £30. That includes you fully insured, your shipping to the States, and then we only charge £15 shipping to come back for your first book. Every additional book, we're looking at just £2. So we kind of try and take the hassle out of it all. We'll make sure everybody's book is fully insured. But if you're submitting a book that's worth £1,000, it's in a completely different tier. So it's very difficult. The best thing I can do is say, drop me a PM. Find me on Facebook, find me on YouTube. Just drop me a PM if anyone wants any prices, or jump on the group. They're all on there. They're all visible for everybody. More than happy to help with that.
Yeah, Tim, what I found with you as well, to be fair, is that if I'm submitting a book to CGC, either through CGC or through Scott's as a facilitator, I've got a lot of forms to fill in, work out what tiers they're all in. It's a real pain in the arse, quite frankly. But obviously with yourself, you've pretty much, correct me if I'm wrong, but you kind of said that if we submit books to you, you'll do that side of it, the admin side of it. Is that right?
Yeah. All anyone needs to do is just get me the books. It's that simple. We've had a few customers that have struggled along the way with filling out paperwork, with filling out the tiers, and they've really hit a brick wall and weren't getting the service that they were looking for via various different places. I'm more than happy to help and represent those people. You know, this shouldn't be a struggle. Graded comics should be a really straightforward process. So if I can make that easier for people, then I'll do that. Yeah. All I need, get me the comic book. I'll price it up if I need to. You know, I can do that via PM, or I can do it once I've got the books. I can look at the condition, and I'll even price it up and let them know what tier I think they should be in.
See, that's brilliant. That's great customer service, isn't it?
Yeah, you can't beat that. That's awesome.
Yeah. That's great.
Cool.
It's what I try
Kevin,
and base the business around. It's got to be service led for me.
Yeah,
Definitely.
totally.
Kev, you
Yeah, I'm ready, buddy. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
So
Right.
So, like I've said, I haven't submitted many raw books, and so I have some here that I would only submit if there was a signing opportunity. So, one of my favorite cover artists of all time is Gabriel Delato. I love his artwork, and so these have been sitting in my short box for a little while, waiting for that opportunity. So, here's the Amazing Spider-Man annual #1. This is him sort of tearing off the symbiote suit. So this is sort of a scene that you would see in Web of Spider-Man #1, where he's next to the bell tower, taking off the suit. Yeah. Really, really great cover. Love the colors. And I love when, I don't know if it's Delato that personally does it or if Marvel does it, but I really love the text that they put on the covers to make it look like a horror kind of movie poster. I kind of like that. Again, another Delato cover, Spectacular Spider-Man #300 with Carnage on it.
Do you know what? I've got that. Spoiler, my mystery box as a CGC 9.8, but it's the Virgin one.
Oh, the Virgin one.
Yeah, I like the Virgin one, but sometimes I do like the trade dress because I feel like it finishes it off sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Lovely book.
Yeah, and
I sold the trade dress of that in a 9.8 about 2 months ago, maybe a month and a half ago. Wasn't?
Yeah,
it's only about £40, I think.
Nice.
And here is another Delato one. This is the Amazing Spider-Man #1 symbiote suit.
Nice.
Got to have that symbiote sexiness. So, of course, like I said, like if the only thing that sucks though about sending books to Delato is that all books get sent to Delato overseas to Italy, and they take forever. So, like sometimes, like if you're ever looking for a Delato signature, my advice actually would be to try to find the book signed already, especially if the book is in the same country as you, because it takes a long time. So the first time I sent a book out to get signed by Delato, it took almost a year for it to come back. It was a really long time. Hold on, let me just look for the other book. So here is another book that I have always wanted to send in. Don't know which one yet, but we have Venom #3.
Yeah.
Nice.
This top loaders, they're nice, those top loaders, dude.
Yeah, gotta keep them protected. One of them was actually A-OK to me. I can't tell you which copy it was, but one of them was A-OK to me by a good friend named Matt. And I remember looking over these a couple of times, and one of them would definitely not get the 9.8 slab. I think the one that he gave me was the 9.6, but the one that I bought off the shelf would definitely would definitely hit a 9.8. But that's like, I'm always so skeptical about sending in books to get slabbed, because I think my process of collecting has always been that I rather just buy the book in the grade that I want it to be in already. I don't want to play the whole game of like, is it going to get the grade that I want? Because I don't want to get disappointed, and I don't want to have to go the process of selling the book and using that money to, try to get the book that I initially wanted to begin with. Here is another big book, and this one I would only send in if there was a private signing opportunity. But this is a huge book. This book was also A-OK to me by my friend Matt, but this is a Venom #7. This is the Virgin variant.
Virgin, nice.
Yeah.
So this is
quite a bit.
It does. It goes for quite a bit. The only problem with this book though is that it's missing a corner.
Oh man.
Don't know how it happened. Because when it came to me, it was already like that. But this book, when he A-OK'd it to me, this book was like not that big of a huge deal until it just blew up and became a $700 book.
Yeah.
So that's what I have for those. So those are books that I would send in again if there was a private signing opportunity. This is another one. This is Venom issue #14. This is the Battle Lines variant. Yep. I would love to send that one in. And if you guys are watching and you've never heard of me before, I love signed books. It's one of my favorite things about comic book collecting. I just think it makes it It makes it really personal, and that's why I love having those books. All right, so if I were to send books to CBCS, these are the books that I would send in. Ever since CBCS started going with the whole we will verify your signature and give you the yellow label, definitely has changed my mind about a lot of things. I've had a CBCS book with the red label before, and I had to get rid of it right away because I couldn't stand the look of it. But here is one of the books right here. So this is one book that I would absolutely love to send to CBCS to get a yellow label.
Oh, look at that. Stanley's signature as well as Todd's.
Todd.
Yeah, so this
down there. No, is it just the two?
It's just two. Yep.
Oh.
This was a raffle win. This was my first and last raffle win. I think I paid $10 for the spot, actually.
Nice.
And so this was my first Stan Lee signature, my first Todd McFarlane signature. I have a gold one slabbed and signed by Todd, and it makes I love it to death. But the silver one is my favorite cover in this. I absolutely love the silver, how it looks behind the black background. But this one I would definitely get slabbed by CBCS, I think, and I think it would have no problem getting a 9.8. And you never know, maybe I'll get that blue lizard variant too. I never checked for that. What else? Just give me a quick second here as I go through these key of books here. Sorry, guys. Dead Space. Here's another book that I would love to send into CBCS for the yellow verified label, which would be a Secret Wars number 8,
Nice.
signed by Mike Zeck and sketched by Mike Zeck.
And look at that remark. That's amazing, isn't it? I love it.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite books.
Yeah.
I love this book. I think this book would land a 9.6. There's a couple of small, two little small dings next to Spider-Man's hand. I don't know if it could get pressed out. It possibly could, but that is another book. And for the last book that I would like to send into CBCS for a yellow verified signature label would be this Batman 227 signed and sketched by Neil Adams.
I would kill for that.
That's a lovely book.
This is another one of my favorite books. The book is in rough shape, but that remark makes it all.
To be fair, it looks like you would benefit from a press, mate, as well.
It has been pressed.
It has, is it?
Yep.
I can
press it again.
Down there. Just do it again. Keep squashing it.
just keep toasting it until it becomes like a chip.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's right. Yeah.
And so that's everything that I would send into CBCS to get a yellow label. This is a book that I have been thinking about sending into CGC ever since Amanda has mentioned it.
Oh.
This is an Amazing Spider-Man number 50.
Oh, lovely.
I remember you pulled this out. It's really high grade, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. It is pretty high grade. I would say this book on a good day could be anywhere from a 7.0 to a 7.5.
Lovely.
Wow.
Nice.
And this was another book that was given to me.
Do you want me to tell you how much it's worth in a 7.0?
Sure, why not?
Wow. It's a
keep
lovely
talking.
book.
I'll just be in the background.
So this book actually, when it was given to me, this book had a severe amount of pencil on the back of the cover. And when I sent this off to get press and clean, the guy did just such an amazing job. He got all of the pencil off of the cover. And I didn't think it was gonna, when I sent it in, I was like, do what you can, man. Anything that you can do is gonna make it look better. And within 20 minutes, he sent me the pictures of the back cover all cleaned. I was like, dude, that's amazing. What did you do to get that book? You can check the before and afters if you want on my channel. I have it's called Jaw Dropping results from pressing and cleaning my comic books, but this book is on there and you can see what the pencils look like in the back.
Nice.
I think those would be great videos to watch. I think there's a lot of people that still don't understand just what a great job some of these pressers can do to the book. So
yeah, this guy is really legit. I mean, if you guys want to check him out, he goes by Comic Book Pressing on Instagram. His name is Eric Loretto. I definitely recommend him. I mean, I would still use him, but I recently had a friend of mine who just started cleaning and pressing books, and he's literally right down the road from me. So that's why I've been using him more, because it's just so much convenient. I don't have to worry about my books going through the postal system. I'm not shipping my books across the country. So that's why I've been using him, but I highly recommend him. If I had more books like that with more pencil marks on there, or if there was something that I don't think my friend could handle, I would send those books to him for sure.
Awesome.
And that's it.
I checked the last sales of a 7.0 and a 7.5.
Yep.
For Amazing Spider-Man 50.
Yeah.
So the last sale, it was in March 2021, obviously. For a 7.0 was $1,758.
Whoa.
But again, you never know. I mean, you never know until you slab it. Could be a 6.0. I don't know. Maybe I'm grading it too high, but
but a 7.5 sold in April for $2,200.
Wow, nice.
Wow. So I mean, I really scored pretty big when that guy was like, "Hey, man, like I sold my whole entire comic book collection." I wish you guys could see this guy's collection. Like this guy had at least 3 copies of Daredevil #1. He had all sorts of Spider-Man. He had 2 copies of ASM 50, and he sold all of his comic books. I mean filing cabinets of comic books of his old collection from college, and sold everything for $7,000. And when he came into the studio where I work to do a show, he was like, "Hey, so I sold my collection. This is how much I made on them." I was like, "Man, I can't believe you did that." He's like, "I did save one. Here you go. Take this. Like, I saved this one for you." And I was like, "Man, like, I don't even know what to say right now. This is amazing. Like, this is incredible." So,
did you tear up a little bit, Kev?
No, I didn't actually.
No.
I didn't tear up like I did with that Street Sharks, I'll tell you. But
I was gonna say,
but no, it was definitely an amazing experience, and I was just like shocked. I was like, man, like this guy to even think of me and give me this huge book is amazing.
Yeah, so
awesome,
generous.
Kev, even in a 6.5, the last sale was $1,750.
Yeah, I'm always on the fence about it. Like, I want to send it into CGC, but like I love going through that book and seeing that last panel of Spider-Man's suit in the trash. Like, that's just one of the most iconic comic book panels, in my opinion.
Yeah. No. Hot caca, is it? So
yeah.
We'll get onto that much later on in the show, but yeah, there is like a myth that CGC books command a premium over CBCS, but we'll talk about that later. Who wants to go next? Who haven't we had? There's Amanda, me, and Tim.
And Tim, but Tim's going to say, "Well, where do you send your stuff, Tim?"
Go on, Timothy.
Do you know what? You'll be surprised. I've actually got a very small submission going to CGC.
Oh.
See, there you go.
For you,
You cheater!
I know.
I don't know why we put this guy. I thought he was CBCS.
We're just trying to find the books and we can't find them, which is a little bit of a worry. I've got Ultimate Fallout 4 and a 9.8, graded by CGC with a broken case. That needs to go for a reslab.
Okay.
So we thought we'd throw a couple of books their way. I've got a Turtles 1, the shattered variant. Have you seen those?
Yeah.
Yep.
I've got the shattered green, which is kind of has picked up quite well since I purchased it. So that's a magazine style. It's too large for CBCS at the moment, so that's got to go to CGC. And I've got my Hulk #1, the silver ounce print like Jason had recently. I've got my Incredible Hulk version of that, so I'm going to send that off to CGC. And that's it. That's all they're having. They're having no more.
Yeah.
But I've got some awesome books. I've just sent my last submission to CBCS, so I can't show you all the books I would be sending off. we've sent off some awesome books. I've got a couple of copies. I did a review on this book a little while ago. We Live. It's such an awesome little series done by Aftershock. It was only 1 to 5. It was a beautiful story, though. The final book, issue 5, was just awesome. It was not expected, but this book has now been optioned, I believe. It may be further than that. But yeah, I've got a couple of issues of number 1, the first print. They're going to be going off to CBCS. Awesome. I've got a set of my Transformers 84 Truth and Lies, the John Jiang covers.
Nice.
But they're stunning. But we've got a John Jiang signing event coming up. Just to let you guys know, John's an awesome guy. We've been speaking briefly, and he's going to do a little signing event for us. If we get a chance, we're going to do it live. But his time schedule at the moment, everybody's jumping all over him. So we don't know if we're going to get time to do that, but that'd be brilliant. I've just picked up this channel. Say that again, sorry, bud.
I was going to say, I saw John Jiang on Charlie's channel, the geeky guy.
Yeah. He's such a top bloke. Really humble, down to earth guy. Just picked up this as well, Young Avengers, number 1.
Awesome.
Oh, nice.
Looks like a 9.8.
So, yeah.
That'll be awesome.
Is that the Wizard Con
yes,
variant?
Los Angeles Wizard.
Now, the early copies of those, when submitted to CGC, when picked up at the con, they had that special label, didn't they? Was it 9.5? Was it 9.5 label they had? It was a very rare label. Does anybody know about that?
No.
Oh, it's just me then. Guys, in the comments, let us know if I dreamt it or whether it's actually real. But I'm sure they had a special label at the Comic Con when that book went out, and it said 9.5.
Yeah, if someone can please comment in the chat and call Jason's bullshit, that'd be great.
We'll see. I'm sure I didn't dream it.
But that one's got a little press first. Just to be on the safe side. It looks tight though. It looks like a 9.8. So fingers crossed. I've got a couple of issues of X-Men 282. 282.
Nice books.
Thanks, Daniel, for ruining my joke.
I've actually got a John Byrne copy of both of these already with CBCS, so for verified. I'm looking forward to them coming back with a nice yellow label.
That first Bishop's heating up a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's not a great copy. It's probably around about the 8s, but it's still a nice book to have at the moment. It's gone from, dare I say, dollar bins and your bargain buckets to everybody's suddenly jumping on it again. Yeah, typical book. I've just picked up from my good friend Jeffrey. I've just picked up Incredible Hulk Annual 5, which is the second appearance of Groot. That's going to go off. It's a beautiful copy as well. Then we got some awesome.
Oh, look at those.
Oh my god.
Oh my.
Are these all yours, Tims, or are these your customers?
No, mate. These are customers. We've got the Rob Liefeld signing coming up.
So it doesn't count. No,
it still counts.
It's froze.
Can you hear me though?
Oh no.
Yeah, we can hear you.
That's a
What a
perfect
good-looking guy he is. He's gone. Is he gone?
He's just so excited. He's He's
yeah.
exploded.
I'll tell you what. It's a good segue then into Amanda.
Oh yes.
Right.
Oh, poor. He's still.
He's still there.
I feel a bit guilty. Never mind.
Is he back?
Starting off. Oh, he's there. Oh, have you got more to say then, Tim?
No. You go ahead.
You sure? But how many copies of New Mutants 98 then?
There's about 7 or 8 here, and I think I've got another 3 upstairs.
Oh wow!
To go off. So it's going to be a great signing event. That's coming up. Sorry, Amanda. That's coming up in literally a week's time. We're going to send them off.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's
Awesome.
kudos to you, mate, for getting that Liefeld signing as well.
Thank
Yeah,
you, buddy.
Yeah.
Don't piss him off.
Yeah.
He'll
Don't
block
mention
you.
feet.
Don't mention
Amanda.
feet.
Yeah.
Don't mention feet.
Yeah, you can't draw feet.
No.
Hey, that would be funny. I'm sorry. It'd be after the signing, be like, "Hey, Rob, that was a really stressful signing. You want to go get a pedicure after this?"
Amanda, what books are you going to be
Yes.
sending out?
Okay. So to start with, we've got Thundercats,
Oh, but
and there's 2 copies in here as well. So
I
that'll
mean,
be
it's
going on.
absolute piss tag. 2 copies.
Now, I looked just before we came on. I looked on eBay to look at what's been sold, and there was one. It was like 1,400 quid. There was like one for £1,500 to be sold. So I don't understand. It just seems a lot of money.
Yeah. That there is the second print, I believe, because it's the 75 cents.
But some of those are still going over.
Yeah, the second
£1,000,
print
like
almost going more than the
degraded.
first print.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
what's going on? What's going on with the second print and third prints and 8 prints that seem to be going for a lot more than the original version? I don't
People just
understand
want
that.
books, don't they?
I don't understand that. Like that's like almost the thing with like Venom 3, like with the third printing. I understand like there's a cover of Null on it, and that's his first cover appearance. But I've never been a fan of second printings or third printings. Like I want the first print. I don't care about.
The OG.
It's a reprint. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Third and second prints are reprints.
Yeah, is that like the 6th print or 5th printing there?
Fourth, isn't it?
Fourth printing.
Sorry, Jim, what is it, mate?
Yeah,
Is that Dr. Afra?
Yeah, fourth
Yeah.
printing.
that's going to be
just-
crazy money.
It's gone through the roof. Crazy. Same cover, just a different colour.
They were back. And the other one I've got here is the Venom one's the same one as Kev's. This came in the Forbidden Planet grab bags.
I remember that.
That like only cost me like 50 pence. So that'll be going off as well.
That's
and
amazing.
then moving on to Riri Williams and Ironheart, because that's going to be options, isn't it? And it's going to be out.
But there is going to be
2022.
a TV series.
Yeah,
And
on
Time
IMDb.
Awards, is it?
Yeah, on
Yeah.
IMDb, it is there's one cast member on there.
Who do we know who it
I
is?
can't remember her name,
Okay.
but she's already down there.
Yeah, so
Awesome.
you're getting them in ready, yeah?
Yes, we're getting them in ready.
Nice, okay, because that
Okay,
is
so Scott,
they
got the Scotty Young.
obviously that's not the first appearance, is it? But it's a first standalone.
Yes,
Right, okay.
I mean, these aren't really going much at the moment. I think we're looking about like 60, 70, 80 quid, but obviously it will go up.
Quid.
So it's quid. So it's something that I'll be holding on to anyway. I won't be selling them straight away. I will save it.
Awesome.
Okay.
And
right.
then the other one I've got is Invincible Iron Man #9. So that's the
Oh,
first
big
full
book.
appearance of Riri Williams. And we looked again tonight, and there was what we got? There was like a GPA on the May the 7th. There was $2,500.
Yeah.
But there was another 50 pence bargain from Forbidden Planet as well.
Yeah, 50p that goes.
50p.
75 cents to the American viewer.
That's good to know. That's actually really good to know. Thank you. So what's the difference? Quig is cents and like
Quid.
Pound.
It's like bucks.
one pound.
Yeah, quid is like a pound.
Quid.
So
Did you say quid?
I don't. Yeah, I thought did I say quid? I might have. I don't
Quid.
I don't know.
Yeah, quid.
60 quid.
Yeah.
So some of the other ones that I was thinking.
Oh, look out.
What?
Well, you've got another batch now.
Well, hang on. You
Oh.
showed loads.
Oh.
There's ones that I'm thinking
Amanda Parker show.
of doing.
I'm joking.
Is the now I went to a little place called Jacob's Market, and there's a little comic book store in there. And I said to Jace, "What one should I get? What one should I get?" And he said, "Well, get this and this and this," which they didn't have, or look for some brand new ones. And then I saw Aliens, and I've subscribed now to Forbidden Planet to have the whole series sent to me.
No. Go to Supercomic. They're much better.
Oh well, too late.
You
Oh,
never listen
I
to me.
used to
I
love it.
know.
Yeah.
Supercomic, brilliant.
So I
I-
ordered some of the more alien
What's
ones
that there?
as
Oh,
well. Something is killing the children. Is that one?
right, okay.
But I also picked
I'm
up
just
some-
gonna butt in. I'm just gonna agree with Aaron here and to check out Automatic Comics. Ryan's does some amazing videos, and he's been a support of our channel. So thanks, Ryan, for watching.
Cool.
Yeah. So Berserkers as well I picked up. But I don't know whether I'll get these 50% off. I just like them.
Please don't hold
I'll
it like
sign
that.
those as Keanu Keys if you want.
Keanu Keys, yeah.
They will be downgraded.
Oh,
Oh, Kev. I still love
But
you.
I really do. I am really loving the Alien because I love Alien.
Is this a joke? It's not that. This isn't that Doomsday dude, is it? Again,
What Doomsday do?
Join
What one?
Retcon Doomsday Club. Retconning Doomsday Club is the only way to save comics. Oh, is that him? Is it?
no, I don't know if it is.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Apparently, Doomsday Clock sucks.
I'll be calling it quick from now on.
You call it a quid? Yeah, that was what I
A
heard.
quig. Yeah. That's 100 quid, please.
Thanks. Nick.
Please don't say quid. No one says quid.
Why not?
Apart from your Cockney Londoners, maybe.
What do you say?
Pounds.
Pounds. I call it. If something only costs £1, I do call it a quid.
Yeah.
I'm being honest.
Oh, okay. I'm distancing myself from you lot.
So I think this is going to be the big one.
Yeah,
at the
definitely.
moment.
Yeah, that'll be an exciting one. Do you think it's a 9.8 though?
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
it's in pretty
Forbidden
good
Planet,
condition
you
actually.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Is
what,
that the
like I
yellow one?
said, whatever we're going to get, you can just knock off 50 pence, and I've made so much money. So
Yeah, that's the way to look at it, isn't it?
yeah, and it's mine.
Well, 50-50 though.
But what I've done now, because I've started buying lots, I've been going into the charity shops as well, and just getting loads of books. I've downloaded this app called CLZ, and you did mention it, and you can just sort of catalog all your books.
Yeah.
You know, you can choose which storage box they're going in. It tells you the value as well, but the values that it's coming up with,
Users
Oh,
go
right.
collect. Users go
Go
collect,
collect.
isn't it?
yeah, so they don't seem accurate. That's the only thing, but it gives you the statistics and it tells you about the book, what year it's published, the writers, and everything else. So it's quite
It's good. It's
handy
good
to
app.
have.
It's good app.
Yeah, I've got it. It's good. I'll catalog. I'll take pictures of my slabs and put them on there as well.
Sweet.
It's good.
Yeah, or you could put that. Yeah, and you just scan the barcode, so it's just dead
Yeah.
easy. It just finds it for you.
Yeah, cool. All right, well, thank you, Amanda. Are you sending them with CGC or CBCS through Tim?
Well, I mean, someone mentioned it before, didn't they, in the chat? It's like whether or not the CGC holds more value. And I think it is. When I was thinking about it earlier, it's almost like comparing it to Coke and Pepsi, because Coke came first. I don't know whether CGC came first, and it's the branding, isn't it? It's the whole image behind it, and people may automatically gravitate towards the CGC.
Coke and
Doesn't mean it's the
Pepsi,
best quality.
McDonald's and Burger King, Chevy and Ford.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's one of those things because, like, for me, like I prefer Pepsi Max, as you know, to
I
Coke.
like
Yeah.
Pepsi.
Yes, we do know. You're always drinking it on my show. It's like you're sponsored
Yeah.
by Pepsi.
So what-
And
what
I
is
actually
the-
prefer Burger
yeah.
King to McDonald's, but that's just me. So
I'm saying, so it might be just down to a preference at the end of the day. I
yeah,
don't know. But branded as well, and obviously CGC are going down in people's
Well,
estimations.
the quality is crap, isn't it?
well, we're going to get to that. We'll get to that.
Oh, okay,
So-
cool.
I'll quickly run through my books because we've approached the hour mark here. So
Wow, already?
yeah, so I'll go. First book is Alias, issue number 1, which is the first appearance of Jessica Jones. I think.
Cool.
I mean, this book's not relatively expensive or anything, but it's quite a high grade copy that I've got here, and I think if she were to ever enter the MCU, I think this book will go up quite a bit. So I'm kind of like, hoping on this one a bit, but
You specking?
specking. As Mikey would say, I'm speculating. Yeah, definitely.
specking.
Next book, I showed this off the other week on Kev's channel, but it's Phantom Stranger 14.
Nice.
I love that
beautiful.
cover.
I
Great.
just love this. I love this cover. Is it Neil Adams? Is it?
Yeah.
It's Neil Adams. And
Only
it's
cover, though.
prototype of
Yeah.
Swamp Thing. So it came out before House of Secrets 27. Is it?
House of Secrets number 92.
92.
So, yeah. So I want to send this off. It's probably like a mid-grade copy, to be honest, but I think the cover's just awesome.
Yeah,
So,
I love that cover. That book, it really is just a cover by. To be honest, like the story is not that great. It's like a Scooby Doo story. Like it's just a man in a mask. Like oh,
Next book is
a shame.
Ooh, another one, eh?
First
Another one.
full
That's just
appearance
pure
of Gambit.
greed.
That's pure greed. To be honest, this is like an 8.0, 8.5. So I know it's obviously it's a newsstand, so I want to get like premium dollar for it if I sell it. So I want to get it graded. The only thing I hate about this is I've mentioned this before, but like it's got like it's not cut very good, but it's not like been trimmed or anything. It's just longer at the bottom.
Yeah,
and I've seen quite a few copies of this, but yeah. This is basically I'm going to grade this to sell it to recoup the money for what I sent to Tim this week. So.
Can I ask a question then, guys? Would grading either with CGC or CBCS, would that affect the grade the way it's positioned the printing? It was a manufacturing error.
It's a manufacturing error.
No, I've seen graded copies of this with blue labels. There's no issues in still high grades.
But you can still get like a 9.8 potentially if it was a 9.8. Cool.
I imagine it's good.
The biggest culprit for that is an ASM 361. That book is that you can see so many of that book miswrapped, and they get a 9.8. It doesn't affect it.
Cool.
All right. Next book is Batman Beyond issue number 1. So the first appearance of Harry McGuinness. This book, I like last year, this book just went massive.
Yeah.
Again, there's a few spine ticks on this on the back, so I'll probably say it's going to be like a 9.0 maybe. But
James,
this is what
we've got someone here saying the X-Men sucks.
Block that guy. Get that guy out of here.
So he's entitled to his opinion.
Yeah.
No, get him out
I'm
of
pretty
here.
sure that most people like X-Men. So. Yeah,
Nobody
so
needs that.
I'm sending this beautiful Todd McFarlane Incredible Hulk 340 off. This
lovely.
I don't want to. This is really high grade. I can't.
That's one of my favorite books to read.
It needs a press because it's got a bit like what they call it, like stacking dirt on the cover. Is it like a bit there? But I think that will come off. So I definitely want to get this slabbed. Just a beautiful, beautiful cover by Todd. That is absolutely beautiful.
Great read too.
And then I've got a pence copy of the first of Nova 1. So the first appearance of Richard Rider. So I'm going to be sending this off again. I've already got a 9.2 of this, but I think this has probably come back about the same. But I might keep it, or I might sell it. So yeah, sweet. And then the next one is just from my childhood. This is Bike and Mars. It's a bit like a Street Sharks one, but I got this for an absolute bargain. I just look. It just reminds me of my childhood so much. I got these from a guy called Matt Huskinson. He lives like probably about a mile away from me. He bought loads of them. The Visibacks, they're absolutely beautiful when you check them out from the back. But yeah, so I want to get that out. This is for my personal collection. I'm not selling that. And then the last one is my favorite Eric Larson cover. It's Batman, Amazing Spider-Man 347. But it's a new stand. It's a new stand. But I can tell you something else, guys. It's not just a new stand.
Oh no! It's don't say Mark Jewelers.
It's got Mark Jewelers inserted in it.
Nice.
I'm not just saying this. This is really high grade. So
wow.
I can't wait to see what this comes back as. So yeah.
Hey
so
James, how much is that one? James, how much is that one going?
For a normal direct edition, it's not like a hell of a lot of money. Probably like 9.8, probably like $200 maybe. But with the Mark Jewelers, mate.
Right, okay.
What?
Let me just explain.
I've got it. I'm looking in my app.
Yeah.
And it's there.
But listen, you're wrong.
What do you mean I'm wrong?
Because that version you've got is a replica, it's a facsimile. It costs £1.
Oh.
Why are you ruining it for me?
Amanda, show us on the screen. Show the screen to the. the audience.
It's there.
Oh yeah.
There, look.
Oh, I can't do it.
What are you talking
Everything's
about?
backwards.
It's not backwards. Out. It says
Facsimile. Yeah.
facsimile. $3.99 label on it.
Shut up. Stop
Come on.
it. He trumped
I've got
me.
it. I've got it. You haven't got
He
it.
trumped me.
Yeah.
Aaron, yes, it does, mate. It adds a lot. It adds a bit of value.
It does, doesn't it? Considerably.
Yeah. What is this about the Doomsday? It always makes me laugh every time I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's that guy, isn't he? He really hates Doomsday Clock.
It's that Alex Babbitt's about whatever it is, yeah. But yeah.
Yeah.
So, right, okay. So we've got 28 people watching. Thank you very much. If you haven't already, please hit that like button. And we'll get into the next part of the show. So we're kind of running over here, so it might have to go a bit quicker. But for me, those books now, personally, I've got 2 big books coming back with CGC that are due imminently. I don't know when they're going to be coming back, but they've been gone for like nearly 2 months. But depending on how they come back, I'm like 90% moving towards CBCS with Tim. So those books will probably go off with Tim, if I'm being honest. Just purely because we've seen a lot of we're part of a small community when you think about it, aren't we?
Tim seems very happy about it. Look at him; he's smiling.
He's frozen again.
He's frozen again. He's
He's
exploded again from the excitement.
He's licking his lips. But
Yes.
we're part of a small community that who do unboxings, well, CGC unboxings, and the amount of times that we've seen errors and stuff like that, it's just becoming the same old familiar thing, isn't it? So I pulled together a few incidents that's happened over the time that me and Mikey have been on YouTube. But we've got this clip I'm going to play now. 3, 2, 1. Oh my fucking God. What is wrong? What is wrong with that?
I don't know. Oh, dude, I feel for you.
Oh my God. Look at that. Look at that corner. Can you see it? Can you see it?
Yeah? No.
Man, I don't think I ever want to see James that mad ever again. That's scary, dude.
That honestly was heartbreaking.
We couldn't go to sleep that night, could we? It was about 3 o'clock in the morning by the time we went to bed.
No,
with that
I mean, I've got to thank Scott's Collectibles because they have sorted it out. They did send it back. Sorry, my son's next door and he's crying. I apologise for that. But they did send it back. They did send it back. I can't believe this. They did send it back and they got it pressed and it come back in a 9.2. And I said, to be honest, that book was it was like a 9.6 at least. So Scott's Collectibles has sourced a new copy for me, and that's currently with CGC, but that's been there for a while. So yeah.
How long? Like 5 months?
It's been there since at least January, I think.
What I would say, James, is that I thought you were playing a sound effect of you crying when you had that back as a 9.0. I thought that's what it was.
I'm just gonna go and sort my son out, and I'll be back. But I'm joking. But yeah, it's just like that issue for me was the first time. I know Mikey's had books come back with bad grades, but the damage that we got for those books was just, I mean, yeah, it was ridiculous. But I mean, a similar incident happened not long ago on Jason's channel, where I'll play the clip now.
Yeah, it is. And look at the grey label. I love that.
Yeah. Mate, does that say Marvel on that?
Oh,
Yeah, it does.
It says a man.
Oh
my God.
Oh, they messed up the labels. Haven't they? They messed up the labels.
I have one job to do, man.
Right, hang on. Ready then? Ready, guys? Oh, look at that. 9 point. This has got Amazing Fantasy 15. Yeah. Action Comics #1.
Jack up. Sorry.
Well, you can laugh about it now, Jace.
I can. No, I was laughing at James.
Why? Is he crying for you?
Because you were saying, pick Jack up or something.
Yeah. Yeah, so obviously we had Jason's unboxing that he did with the terrible label mistakes, was just absolutely shocking control.
I don't like these bad juju vibes over here. I got a box full of CGC slabs here. I'm getting worried now.
Yeah. But I know we mentioned earlier about obviously the Dorkeries. I'll play the clip now, but I'm talking. This is 3 channels that I regularly we do videos with, etc., and we know. And I think it's really piss poor from CGC, if I'm being honest. But I'll play the clip now.
I already see the Darth Vader 3, and we'll see if. Okay, so not only do we have a problem that they didn't call us, they went ahead and actually slabbed this
without a grade.
No.
Oh, okay.
The wrong way.
Oh my God. What? What? That's why I said it didn't have a grade, because I was looking at the front of it with no white sticker.
Yeah.
What?
Quality control issues.
Guys.
Even when you call their attention to it. This should be a situation where you're like, you got your best person on this because you royally screwed up.
Slap a comic backwards.
Wow.
Farrah's reaction is the best. What?
Yeah. What? She's like, they didn't even put the grading label on it. They did it backwards.
Yeah. Look behind
I just think CBCS have just got to just sit quietly and just ride the wave, and people will start just coming towards them. I think
so. Well, I think also too, what's happening as well is because CBCS doesn't have the same amount of traffic as CGC either. Okay, so there's less room for error. Okay, but CGC, man, this has been going on for maybe over a year with this whole big thing of mess ups. I've seen in the past year. Not only James' book, but bottom right corners being smashed. What is happening to these books? We're seeing comic books being damaged because they're not being put in the inner well properly. So books are getting damaged. I'm seeing books that are signed that should have yellow labels coming in with blue labels. You know what I mean? So it's just what's happening? What's going on?
Yeah,
you can't keep the reputation that you're having if you keep doing this. Obviously people make mistakes, so I get that. But when you're just continuously making mistakes, and with the Dorkeries in this case, where CGC was trying to fix a mistake but made the mistake even worse, it's wow.
Yeah,
I think Samuel made a good point then that there's a lot of people still submitting books to CGC and not having a problem. And as a big CBCS kind of advocate, I still think there's a lot of people that don't have problems with CGC.
I have not had a problem with CGC yet.
Scott's will continue to help its customers with CGC, but the problem is the not knowing. You just don't know. You give your books to them with good intention, and you just do not know how they're going to come back, and that's the problem. It's that uncertainty of giving them your best books and just not knowing what they're going to do with them. That's a real worry for a lot of people that have come across the CBCS.
So what's the turnaround now then on the CBCS? What would people
I put everything on FastPass. So once they've got the books booked into their system and they've actually got them in hand, 6 weeks.
That's a massive difference then, isn't it? Yeah. Because I think if you're not getting back for 4 or 5 minutes, you end up starting panicking.
Well, at the moment, it's taking anywhere between 4 and 8 weeks for them to register the books onto their system, so they get them delivered.
Yeah.
And they're waiting. You can wait between 4 and 8 weeks.
Who had a lost one? Which one of you guys?
Oh, that was
Dorkeries
that was true,
Dorkeries,
wasn't it?
okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you look, I mean, they're saying that modern books are 64 days turnaround from date received. So I mean, it's taking weeks and weeks for them to market as received, isn't it?
Yeah.
134 days on economy. That's.
Yeah.
I mean, no wonder my 2 books are taking so long.
Business days at that.
And I think the magazines are even longer. The magazine grades, the books.
Because it's not their priority.
No, that's 6 months.
I want to bring something up that Dr. Doom had about with their signings. So CGC has no plans as of right now to even continue going to Comic Cons. They have, and I remember talking to Brittany about this from CGC, that they're only planning, if they do go back to cons, only to the bigger ones like San Diego, New York, C2E2, and stuff like that. So that's another thing. So is CBCS going to be more obtainable to at these cons? You know what I mean? Is CGC just, we have these private signings now, we don't need cons. You know what I mean? We don't need to spend the money, sending staff there, plane tickets, hotels. You know what I mean? So that's probably another thing too. Are they going to be really more available than CBCS?
And what you got to remember is as well, if they started grading trading cards as well, haven't they? CGC now, so that's more and more, things being turned over, and it's just. I mean, obviously the price hikes as well. It's just it's really not a good time for them, I don't think, publicity-wise.
Here's some things that CBCS definitely has way over CGC. So with CGC boosting their prices, CBCS is the cheaper option right now. Another thing that CBCS does that CGC doesn't is they give away free graders notes. That's actually pretty huge. Paying for graders notes for I think is now $8 now from CGC after the price boost. That's kind of crazy. I absolutely love that CBCS actually has the SKU barcode on the back, where that just brings you right to their census. The Q, yep. And I think that CBCS's census is a little bit easier to navigate than CGC's as well. And the last thing I would say that CBCS has on CGC is that they verify those signatures and give you a yellow label now.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, I've spilt my drink while just trying to mop this.
You did spill them on the comics, did you?
No. Just on the MacBook. No.
He's like, no, I didn't spill them on the comics, but I'm cleaning it up with the comics.
Yeah. So I really like the QR codes, to be honest, and the free graders notes. I mean, what are CGC charging now for graders notes? Is like,
I think it's $8 now.
$8. I mean,
think it's $8 now.
Yeah. What do you pay to get you pay to get your book graded? Why isn't that included? It's disgusting.
And sometimes when you pay for graders notes on CGC, there aren't graders notes all the time. So you could have just threw away $8 and not received any information.
I was going to say, if you submit books yourself through CGC, you will get the graders notes. But if you do it through a facilitator like Scott's Collectibles, you then have to contact Scott's for the graders notes themselves.
Yeah, but if you're interested in purchasing a book, and you've got the serial number and you want to check it out, you've got to pay $8, haven't you?
Yeah,
I mean,
I did that recently with an Amazing Spider-Man 66 CGC 9.0 that a certain Tim Plum, I think, was after. And before buying it, I did have to pay for the graders notes, which were $8. But I could see from that there was like a crease on there, which I thought that could potentially be pressed out and probably have a grade bump. But it is a pain. Why should you have to pay for this when CBCS give a much better alternative?
I think
for free.
The annoying thing is when they're not there, like Kev says, though. I've got books that are my Spidey 1 Platinum. is an 8.0, and there's no grader notes for an 8.0. You know, there's enough things for them to knock that book down heavily in grading. Why is that not listed? I think I found 2 out of the 5 books that I was looking to get grader notes on, where I've purchased it from someone else, and 3 of them are missing. They just don't have grader notes, and whether you're paying for it or not, even that it doesn't make any sense to me.
So basically, when I was having a rant about the graders notes not being included, when like as Jason alluded to, when me and Mikey submit our books through Scott's Collectibles, we don't qualify for the graders notes because we haven't technically submitted them. So we've gone for a third party, so we have to pay for them. But that's what I meant basically. Sorry,
Sorry, guys, I'm not being rude on my phone. I'm just checking out the comments.
No, it's okay, buddy. It's all right. So the Dorkeries pretty much kind of like summed it up, I think, in their latest video. And I just wanted to show what their reaction was really to the whole scenario that's going on at the moment.
So we've been asked a lot because we own no CBS books. We have never turned in a CBCS book. We've been asked, are you switching? Here's the thing. We are taking steps towards that.
We're experimenting. We're going to experiment, much like is what's happening.
We believe that people like us and other YouTubers have to start the movement. We have to basically say, okay, the market right now is saying this, but if enough of us get good books into CBCS and get the market changing towards CBCS and saying CGC is no longer the premier league, which I'm not saying they are or they're not. I mean, that's always up for debate. I'm just saying there's a lot of issues going on right now.
Yeah. So I've been speaking to Andy for like the past week and a bit since they obviously unboxed that, and we've been talking about whether or not in the future we'd be going through CBCS or continuing with CGC. It's a question really that I think that, I mean, for me, and I'm pretty sure that most will agree. I've got a lot of CGC books. I've invested a lot of money in CGC, and for me to like move on and not use CGC anymore, it's difficult for me. I'll be honest with you, but like what I'm seeing is like we're only seeing like the tip of the iceberg. We're seeing people who release YouTube CGC unboxings, in small Facebook groups that got a few hundred members in it. We're not seeing the thousands and thousands and thousands of people who are submitting to CGC, and they're not releasing videos or pictures or whatever that's going out on the internet. They're just quietly contacting them saying, "Oh, my book's not right. I'll send it back in." Like the reputation that they've got is they're the premier grading service. But how long is that going to last if they continue like this? How long?
I think CBCS is starting to catch up, and I think once people get a whiff of how much better right now and not flooded CBCS is, with the cheaper prices and with the better quality control, I think it's only a matter of time that they're going to eventually catch up and be potentially the number one.
No.
Yeah. What do you think, Mikey?
Well, take James's Spawn book. I mean, I'm sure James would take a 9.6 CBCS over a 9.0 damaged CGC any day.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and 100%. So, and then obviously there's the thing that have been holding people back from CBCS is the price myth. This myth that's out there that CGC, if you have a CGC 9.8 and a CBCS 9.8, that the CGC will command a higher price. But we're not seeing that in the market at the moment, are we? We're not. So it's just a myth. If it's a 9.8, and I think some of the people I've sent, books off that are CBCS, like a 9.4 or a 9.6, and sent it off to CGC, and they're actually, they're coming back with higher grades with the CGC, because I think CBCS, I think they've got it graded properly, if you know what I mean. Whereas I've had some stuff where I've sent for grading and I shouldn't be getting some of the scores that I should be with CGC. Isn't that correct, James?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Me and
Exactly.
Jason are both laughing because we know what you mean.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I was really lucky on a comic, and it shouldn't have come back as that. It should have come back like the next grade down, or maybe two
Or
grades
No.
Yeah.
down. Yeah, and and I don't know, and I don't know whether it's the new staff at CGC or not. They keep saying, you know, we're putting the prices up, but what are we actually seeing for these price hikes? Nothing.
Yeah.
Are they going to train people properly? Is that the hope? I honestly don't know. And the reason that I'm going CBCS is just because I need to trust somebody else with my books. I can't afford to have a book damaged for it. You know, that's the last thing you want, isn't it? Send something off that's in good nick, and then obviously come back and it's damaged, or
Yeah.
there's plastic in the casing, and you've then got to resend it back off, because we've had a couple where we've had plastic in the casing as well, haven't we, James? And we've
Yeah,
had,
well, we get to that. We haven't even got to like the
yeah,
bit
I mean,
floating
there's
plastic.
Look at that. Yeah.
inside pieces.
Just sit by OJ's head there.
Good old OJ.
Good old OJ, yeah. But
Yeah.
I mean, just to answer some of the questions in the comments, Sunil has mentioned about Scott's gets the notes. They do, mate. As obviously they're the person who submitted the books, but they charge us, don't they, Jace? Or
Yeah.
Mikey? They charge us for the notes, purely, I presume, because it's admin to them. And
with the amount of people that are probably asking for the notes from Scott's to kind of defend them a little bit in that sense. Let's imagine how many books are going through Scott's on a weekly, monthly basis. If every single person is then asking for the notes, you know, that's huge. You know, from, like you said, an admin point of view, for them to be able to do that, I understand them having to charge a little bit, even though as an end user, we might not be happy with that. When we look at the bigger picture, I can kind of get where they're coming from on that one.
Yeah. And just again, Sunil, about I think that was in regards to the amount of people that are saying that obviously doing videos and put on the I might have gone a bit too far, but what I'm trying to say is, like, for instance, Jason's channel, our channel, the Dorkeries, we're only like three people who submit books, and we don't really do it regularly. So we're not like big. Well, Jason and obviously the Dorkeries probably are, because they submit 25 books or something like that. But like we're only like a very, very small percentage of people who send books, and that's what I was trying to get at. Like, and because obviously we film us unboxing them, you obviously see what, you know. There's total transparency, but it's just one of them things, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's like anything. You'll have your good days and bad days, but bad days shouldn't be happening.
Yeah,
and this is the thing. You're paying for service, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we've got to say it's only been like since last summer, really, isn't it? Like that all this has been happening. So it's not like, you know, we're saying this is constant from CGC, but it's a massive change to the service that we'd normally be receiving.
That's a long time, isn't it? Nearly 12 months of poor quality control. That's it in the grand scheme of things for how long CGC has been going. It's a drop in the ocean, but for 12 months, that's so many books have been submitted. You know, my Harrison Ford came back with plastic in the case, and it's off center. So with the amount of room within a CGC case, if they're not careful, that corner's going to get damaged, and it will go from a 9.4 down to a 9.0 because that corner's going to get smashed in, and it's got to go back. I've got to insure it to go back.
Yeah,
it's massive. You know, that to me, that was a big book. It's not a Fantastic Four #1. It's not an amazing fantasy, but that still costs plenty of money to insure to go backwards and forwards.
Yeah. I think Sunil has not put it directly on the head. He said that he will be personally sending his personal collection for CBCS going forward. So nice. But yeah, it's just one of those things. I mean, if I've got any gripe with CBCS, Tim, and this is nothing against CBCS, but like I just prefer
label.
I just prefer the white label. It just really stands out. That's all it is. To be honest, it's that in comparison to obviously.
I think from being a person who collects nothing but CGC. Go ahead, James.
Oh yeah, I was just to say in comparison to obviously the 9.4 and that, it just doesn't stand out as much, and that's ultimately what we're paying to see, isn't it? That grade.
I just think that CGC is just so more aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, but having said that, what you can't fault, if I just make myself big, hold on. What I don't think you can fault is CBCS. They're only like how long they've been going now? Since like
about 5-6 years now.
5-6 years.
No, it's not a long time at all.
When you look, right, I've got a very early CBCS label here. It doesn't look great. I'll be honest, but
say the thin.
It's got the QR code on it still. You know. Then they changed to these ones, which looks a bit better. But I'll be honest with you, it kind of feel the plastic doesn't feel as good. Like I don't know if you can hear, but like can you hear that? It's not as good. But then they've obviously recently done it to these, so they're listening to people in the community saying, you know, like we want the cases and labels better, and it's definitely going in the right direction.
Yeah, I like the new CBCS cases.
Yeah, I can. These are like smooth around the edges. Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, if anyone's asking,
most people, if they have a gripe with CBCS, it's the label. You know, I've had people not wanting to submit to them because they don't like the label, and that's okay. We're all entitled to that opinion. And I've said it many times on these videos that for me, I want CGC and CBCS to both be performing at a same level of quality, and give us the choice, give us the option as an end user. That's a perfect scenario for me. I don't want CBCS to just literally overtake and dominate the market. I want there to be a comparative between the two that's on a par, and I'll be more than happy. You know, I don't like the label. The label to me, where the case curves, the label should curve. It should follow the curve of the case and look a lot better. You know, I get that the grading doesn't stand out, and then it contradicts itself a little bit. I've always said that for me, it's about the book and not about the label. It should be more about the comic that's been graded, but we're grading it for a reason. We're grading it because we want that score. So it kind of contradicts itself on that argument. So I get why people want to see the actual score a lot more. But in regards to the cases, the CBCS cases are brilliant. The comic doesn't move. So there's no element of damage. You're not going to ruin your comic with any kind of movement in the case, where CGC do. They feel great. Like Mikey said, I think they grade a lot stricter. I've got books in CGC that are 9.6s, 9.8s that really shouldn't be above a 9.2 and 9.4. Now, as a dealer, if I sell those books to a customer as a 9.6 and 9.8, the first thing they're going to do is say, Tim, what's going on? Has anything happened with his book? Has it been switched? Because something's odd about that grading.
Yeah.
So there's so many different elements that I stand by for CBCS, and I would rather have that than a CGC book.
Yeah, you're right, Tim. And you know, at the end of the day, let's face it, CGC is more popular than CBCS. Completely, we understand that. But if you didn't have companies like CBCS and even PGX, right? Forget Eurograder. But if you didn't have any of these companies competing, they would have a complete monopoly.
Yeah.
Which means that they could do what the hell they like.
That's true.
Yeah.
Right. So they could raise the prices through the roof, and there wouldn't be anyone at all could do a thing about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think that's what they're doing now, though. I think they have that attitude now that no one can touch us, which is crazy because CBCS are, they're moving forward so well. I think for them to take that attitude now, that we're untouchable, that we're the best in the market, that we can't do anything wrong, I think this is what's causing the problem with the quality.
Yeah. I think like what a few people are saying in the comments is that competition is always healthy. It's always good.
Yeah.
Because it makes you improve everything that, hopefully CGC will improve their quality control. And I mean, for me at the moment, moving forward, I'm going to be going with CBCS, but and obviously Jason is Kev would only send obviously his verified ones, wouldn't you, Kev?
I'm sorry, say it again.
I was just saying that you're donating a lot of stuff to the channel, aren't you? And we're gonna give a live giveaway now.
Yeah, there's a bunch of books in the mail, man. I checked the tracking. It says it's lost. I'm sorry.
Oh man, no worries, mate. No worries.
There was an ASIM 300 in there too. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying. Obviously, like Mikey, Jace, and Amanda, and me, our next submissions are all looking like they're going to be going through CBCS. So you were talking really about for you, it's still CGC, but if you're ever going to send to CBCS, it'd be which is another, popular thing for making CBCS stand out a bit more, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's the only reason I would send stuff to CBCS would be for the verified signature, but CGC would have to do something to really, really upset me as a customer in order for me to make the change or switch.
Yeah.
And like I said, I haven't had any bad experiences with CGC yet. Man, I don't know. Maybe I will soon. I don't know. Maybe I'm cursing myself.
That kind of brings us on to our next subject, which I'll put you on the big screen. But have you got some sort of boxing to do?
First of all, sorry I was off for a second. My dogs are going crazy. I had to see what was going on.
We've had it all tonight, haven't we?
So to anybody who's coming on real quick, I got a box from CGC today. This is from the Frank Miller private signing, and what's pretty special about this one is that this is the first time I have ever submitted raw books to CGC.
Oh,
so let's grab our trusty sharp object here.
Oh, this is exciting now.
Oh man, I'm super freaking nervous right now. I am insanely nervous right now.
I've even changed the banner for you, mate, so people know what you're doing.
Thanks. But this is actually really cool to be able to do this with you guys, because you guys are always doing CGC unboxings and we're always guessing the grades together. We go through highs and lows with one another. So, actually doing this with you guys is actually perfect. So,
I mean, I don't want to jinx anything, but imagine if something's wrong with these books.
Got a piece of plastic.
I know, dude. I know. I would be really pissed. So, like I said, first time submitting raw books to CGC. And I was crazy with these books. When I was handling them with gloves. Never done that before, because these books these books are like really glossy. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can. This is the back, I think. All right, this is the back. Let me get the plastic out.
You can tell he's new to this.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, let's see. What do we got? What do we have?
What we got?
Oh, it's backwards, isn't it? Matt, that is absolutely stunning.
Okay, so let me talk about this book for a second. Okay, so this is Dark Knight Returns #3. This is the Delato variant. I have wanted this book signed and slabbed for the longest time. And so I didn't care if I didn't care if it was Miller or Delato, but in silver especially. So this was actually the first time I've ever made window bags too. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that, but I was like, window bag, I got to make a window bag. I'm super excited about this signature right now. So I asked for silver for both books. There's 2 books in here, by the way, including this one. And this is just an iconic cover with Batman beating up the mutant leader in the mud pit. This is one of my favorite times in The Dark Knight Returns.
I had to look at it times. Just to the right of the signature. It's the artwork, but it looked like a little bit of floating plastic, and I was like, no, it's definitely
No, don't say it. All right, so this was the one that I was actually a little bit worried about. Okay, this one does have the tiniest, smallest spine tick on the back that does not break color, but I don't think it's enough to bring it down in 9.6. So do we want to do, are we going to do like we usually do and go around and see what everybody has to say? And
yeah,
all right,
let's do it.
You guys,
Amanda? What do you think?
I'll give you a 9.8.
Yeah. I because it's gone for a signature, I'm going to say 9.6.
You bastard.
Just say it. Just say
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, I reckon you're coming back with a New Mutants 98 in a 2.0. No, it looks good. If you're thinking it's only got a small mark, I reckon we're at 9.6.
Okay. It's really, really small. It's tiny. I really don't think it's enough. That's what she said. I knew someone was going to say that was your cue, James. That was your cue.
I'm wishing you the best. 9.8 all the way.
Thanks, buddy.
I'm just going with everyone else's guess. 9.6 is 9.8. I'm going to go 9.4 because I want to win.
Wow. I'm getting off the show right now.
That's the only way I can win. That's the only way I can win.
He's a meanie.
No.
All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Which corner is it? It's this
Your
one.
right hand.
All right, we're good. We're good so far. Let me take a look
That's
at this
amazing.
signature.
Well done.
Look how thick that slab is.
It's thick, buddy. That's what she said.
Hey.
Again. It is quite the thick slab. Man, I'm super happy, dude. I bought this book raw on eBay, and I was looking at this thing through pictures like really, really fine with the magnifying glass. And like I said, I'm super pumped because I've been wanting this book signed and slabbed for the longest time. And with that silver signature, it looks fucking great. I'm sorry. It looks great. All right, moving on.
Okay, did you have that pressed at all? Did you say?
No, I didn't. I
Oh,
didn't.
right,
I
okay.
really felt like these books should get a guaranteed 9.8 in my opinion. I don't know.
Cool.
Like I said, that little small tick, I don't even see it right now. I do. Okay. It's super, super small though. It's super tiny. And I actually thought because these, like I was saying, these covers are super glossy. They're really easy to pick up fingerprints. So I was handling this book with gloves. First time handling books with gloves. I don't see any fingerprints on this book. So I'm really pleased with that actually. I don't know how CGC did that without not getting fingerprints on it because I know they don't wear gloves when they grade books. So, oh man, that's exciting. Okay, let me not look at the box because I don't want to see the grade. But I do have sort of an introduction for this next one. Okay, this one is a Christmas present from my friend James. Okay, and so I sent it off to get signed. I don't remember, James. Maybe you do. But I did buy one signed and slabbed already. It was for an amazing deal. So I don't remember if you gave me the one for Christmas first or if I bought this one first. I don't remember.
I think the one Christmas first.
I think you're right. So I didn't know about the Frank Miller signing. So I was like, oh, let me go grab one. So I bought this one, okay, from a friend who was unloading stuff. This one is signed by Jock. And through all of the CGC horror stores recently, I was thinking about sending this one off to get signed by Frank Miller originally, but this book is pretty rare. It's kind of hard to come by with the color variant. This only came out in the UK, so getting this book back with the two signatures with the possibility of losing the grade, I didn't want to risk it. So I was like, hey, why not have two? James sent me one. Let's send it off to get signed. And that's exactly what I did. So let's see what this one came back as. I am confident that this one is definitely a 9.8 because if the other one got a 9.8, I think this one will definitely get it because this one, in my opinion, even looks nicer than the one that is already slabbed. So,
well, you know what that means, don't you, people? It's not going to be a 9.8.
No.
So there's the silver signature yet again. I think it looks good with the silver signature. No,
Yeah, good, great placement as well.
great placement. So yeah, I think that's one of the greatest things about doing these window bags is that you get to ultimately choose where you get to put the book. And that was the other thing I was afraid of as well. That's the other reason why I didn't send in the other slabbed one, because I didn't want him to sign on the face. If he signed on the face, it would have absolutely ruined the book. So I thought the forehead was the best.
Kev,
So,
does it say the Jock Forbidden Planet exclusive on
yes,
there?
it does. Yep.
Nice.
Previews UK edition.
Cool.
And I'm sorry I didn't mention, but the other book is the Bulletproof Comics variant.
Yeah.
All right. So I think this one is definitely going to be a 9.8.
We've got some 9.9s in the chat. Well done.
I don't think it's that high, but I think that would be pretty amazing. But I think it's definitely going to be a 9.8. Like I said, it definitely looks a little bit nicer, a little cleaner than the other one that I have here.
Awesome. So, Jace, what do you reckon it's going to be, mate?
So I think it's going to be a 9.8. I got my 9.8. Fingers crossed, dude.
If it gets a 9.8, I want Jason to scream, "It's a 9.8!"
I will scream. I will
Bloody
scream.
hell, it's a 9.8.
Bloody hell, it's a 9.8. Oh my
Bloody
God.
hell, mate.
Mikey?
Yeah, 9.8.
Ooh.
Oh, hold on. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm going 9.8. If you're happy with that condition, I'm happy with 9.8.
Yeah.
Because it's come from me, mate. It's a 9.6, but yeah.
What'd you do to this thing? What'd you do to it before you gave it to me?
There's some bodily fluids on it that I forgot.
Oh,
no.
Still white pages, though.
So
Crispy white.
if this is a 9.8 perfect unboxing, this is going to be a great memory with you guys, and to say that this is my first time submitting raw books. Are we ready?
Yeah, mate. What a time! If this is this being your first time that you submitted a lot of books, this is amazing. If it, well,
okay, here we go.
Come on, then.
Oh, you guys see it first.
Yes!
Yay!
Hey! Nice. Absolutely amazing.
Do you know what makes me feel sick? If I submitted that book myself, it wouldn't have come back a 9.8.
Shut up. It would have came back the 9.9. Oh,
mate,
man.
that's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
That's really cool. I'm super pumped. Really, really pumped. So cool.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, 2 9.8s.
He had a 9.8. You'll have to excuse Amanda. She decided to leave halfway through and take a walk in the garden.
Ridiculous. Show's taking that long. That's what it is. Kev, I've got to say, mate, you are pretty good at grading.
I think so, man. I think I've come a long way, to be honest. I think knowing what the difference between, the nines. I mean, I think when we start getting lower to like maybe mid-grade books, like I can be, as we can see when we do it together, like I can be 1 grade off, maybe even half grade off. You know what I mean? But I think I've gotten pretty good. See, CGC missed out by not hiring me, man.
Yeah, mate, that's the biggest regret. They should have hired you.
They should have. I would have been in Florida, basking in the sun, man.
That's all right. Cool. Well, so thank you everybody for coming on. Like I said it earlier in the show, if you haven't already, please subscribe to these guys' channels. So you've got Kevin at Superpower Review, you've got Tim at the Hobgoblins Hideaway. He also has a Facebook group that has claim sales in it, which are absolutely, longer than the Snyder Cut, but they're brilliant. And you've got Jason Parker Comics. I don't have to say much more about him, but yeah.
Thanks.
But all wonderful channels, wonderful friends, and I really appreciate you guys coming on and spending 1 hour and 50 minutes and 6 seconds on talking a load of.
I think this is our longest one we've been on for, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it probably is, yeah. But so thank you everybody for watching, and remember to hit that like button, and we'll see you soon. And I mean, we'll see what the future holds for the grading service industry, but
I'm doing a new
guys. There's a crack on this case.
There
Is
is.
that?
This-
You said
no,
that.
I'm just kidding.
Oh.
I gotcha. I gotcha.
Oh.
Oh my gosh!
Psych.
Hold on
Don't do
one
that.
second. Right. Anyway, so what? Honestly, I was thinking, you know what? Oh my gosh, the content. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching. Still 27 people in the chat. Thank you very much. We'll see you guys soon, and look forward to Jason versus James, which will be coming out soon. We think it's going to be a really fun video. Maybe in the future, it could be Jason versus Kevin, or Kevin versus Mikey, or Kevin versus James, or whatever. So,
as long as it's not any of us.
It's got to be better than cracker eating competitions.
do you know what? We've still got to do that. I think we should all do it live on a show. Just eat a cracker.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
Yeah.
Ah.
Who eats
In a
it
minute.
first?
We're just gonna
Or
eat a
do it
cracker.
together. Just eat one cracker.
But you got to eat it.
Whoever
nice
eats
and
it,
good.
yes, doesn't matter.
Eat it-
Whoever
Yes,
whoever
that's it.
finishes
You
it
can eat it
first is the
before.
winner.
Oh, I'm gonna lose. I'm the slowest eater ever.
Oh man.
I chew so much. My wife makes fun of me how I chew my food so long. I'm like,
Oh.
Well, I'll tell you what. We'll end it there then, because this is getting cracked.
Yeah, we don't want to know about Kevin's masticating.
Wait, what'd you say, Master? What?
Right, so see everybody. Thank you for watching the video. We love you all. Quick, just a very quick thing from me. Tonight I put out a mail call shout to Tim about the X-Men 266 on Facebook, and I mentioned that I'd had a couple of rough days. I just wanted to thank everybody who contacted me just to check to see how I am. I really appreciate it, and thank you very much. So
Yeah, he's
bye.
comic, so stress over.
It's over, but yeah. But thank you very much.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.